Today we are looking at circumference, area, radius, and diameter. All of these things that I just listed have to deal with a circle. I have asked you to open up Paint on your computer because we're going to be drawing and doing some notes and information on Paint today for our circle work. So if you will have Paint open, I'm going to give you a set of instructions and you are going to follow those instructions. Here we go. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is if you go up here in the shapes box, I want you to find a circle. And we're going to draw a circle using red. I want you to use the color red for your circle. So I want you to make a red circle. Make a red circle on your paint canvas. A red circle. Inside of this circle, I want you to color it blue. So for color 2, if you'll switch to blue, please. So a red outline and a blue inside. A red outline and a blue inside. So go to color 2 and switch it to blue. Color 1 should be red. Color 2 should be blue. Color 1 is red, color 2 is blue. Now, one thing I want to point out is that the inside of our circle, this blue area, looks like a swimming pool, yes? Okay? The inside of the circle, if we're measuring the inside of the circle, that is called area. What I want you to do is go up and hit the text tool, which is the letter A at the top for text. Hit A and click on the inside of the circle. And we're going to type the word area. And I want your font to be in black. So make sure you have black selected for your font. So area in all capital letters. Area. The inside of the circle. That is area. Area is the inside. And I want us to continue. We're going to type something else inside of there. At this time, I'm giving you a formula sheet. This is the formula sheet that you will use for Georgia Milestones in 4 weeks. Because we are 4 weeks away from the test. Oh, Mom. Okay, I'll give you just a second to get yourself situated because some of you are still trying to type inside of your circle. So we have a formula sheet. And we're going to look at that formula sheet in just a second. Look at your formula sheet. So at this time, you should have a circle on your screen, and inside of your circle, you should have the words area, the inside of the circle. And now we're going to type something else in that box as well. Look at your formula sheet. Do you see where it says area? Does everybody see the section on your formula sheet that says area? There's area of a rectangle, area of a triangle, and area of a circle. What does it say for area of a circle? What does it say for area of a circle? What's the formula? A, what? Equals? What's that symbol? pi, r squared. You might have heard your teacher tell you pies are squared, not round. You ever heard of that before? Pies are squared. That's the formula for area. So down here in our text box, we're going to continue to type the formula. A equals, and because we don't have a pi symbol, we're going to put 3.14 for pi. Pi is 3.14. And r squared, that means times r times r. That means to multiply by the radius times the radius. So the formula for area is 3.14 times r times r. One more thing we're going to write in there is square units. Put use square units. And because I like my stuff kind of centered, I'm going to try to center mine. I don't know if I can. I can't. Okay. Are we good? Area, the inside of the circle, A equals 3.14 times R. Use square units. What is R? What does R stand for? Anybody have any idea what R means? Nope. Okay, let's come up here at the top of our screen, up here at the very top. And we're going to put R equals radius. Radius. R equals radius. R is radius. Underneath that, we're going to put D equals diameter. Looks like diameter. It's diameter. D equals diameter. D equals diameter. R equals radius, D equals diameter. Let's draw a radius and a diameter. Does anybody have an idea what a diameter looks like? Any idea? Okay, go over here and we're going to choose a line. So pick a line. The diameter is a line, and we want the color yellow. So choose yellow as your color 1. So line and color 1 should be yellow. Diameter stretches from one side of the circle all the way across, and it goes through the center. So kind of pick where the middle of the circle would be. And there's your diameter. It goes all the way across. Okay. On top of this, we're going to type the word, so choose text. So choose text now. A for text. And we're going to type the word diameter. We're going to keep it yellow. That's a diameter. Okay, now let's do a radius. Radius. I want you to take the color green, lime green, line tool again, and lime green. Lime green this time. The diameter is all the way across. The radius is halfway across. So we're going to draw a line kind of on top of our diameter here that goes halfway across the circle. Text tool. This is a radius. Okay, do we have that? Okay, let's go back over here where we made some notes. Up in this area. Text tool again. Let's say the diameter, let's choose black, let's use red text. Let's use red this time. Diameter equals 10. If the diameter is 10, then what would the radius be? What would the radius be? 5. Why? That's half. Okay, let's tab down. What if I tell you the radius is 8? What's the diameter? 16. Good. Okay, let's solve an area problem going down this side right here. Let's actually solve one. You need a calculator. You need a calculator. Okay, type that question. What is the area of a circle whose diameter is 8 inches? Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, because it's asking for area, we're going to type our formula. So I want you to use a new color too. Can you use a different color? I'm going to have to start a new text. Let's start a new text. Let's use a different color. Let's use any color besides red. Purple. Okay, so A equals, What's our formula for area? What did we say our formula was? Okay, what's the formula? 3.14, times R, times R. Good. Okay, so the first thing I do is I always put my formula down. That's my first step. Okay, now I'm going to plug in what they gave me to my formula. So once again, they didn't give me area, so A equals, that's what I'm solving for, is the area. Pi is going to always be pi. So 3.14 times, what's R? R stands for what? Do I know the radius? Did the problem give me the radius? The radius is 8. Does it say the radius is 8? No, what does it say? The diameter is 8. If the diameter is 8, what is the radius then? 4. So yes, my radius is 4. So R is 4, and radius again is also 4. So I type the same number twice. Okay, A equals. Now I'm ready to plug in my numbers into my calculator. 3.14 times 4 times 4 equals. And what do you get? What do you get? 50.24 inches squared. Because we can't do the little square sign in paint. Okay, how are we doing? We okay there? Okay, go to the back of your formula sheet. Flip over on the back of your formula sheet. Okay, this time let's solve for area. The radius is 5. You ready? Okay, first of all, what's our formula? What's the formula? 3.14 times R times R. Okay, now, the radius is 5. So what do I plug in place of R? What do I put here? 5 times. Okay, plug that into your calculator and see what you get. Okay, what did you get? 78.5, and let's say that this is inches. So inches squared. You have to use a little square mark for area. The inside of the circle. Okay, any questions? Okay, let's go back to paint. That takes care of area. Okay, our next formula that we're going to look at is circumference. What I want you to do is choose the arrow tool, and I want you to get this arrow, the left arrow. I want you to get the left arrow, or actually, yeah, let's get the left arrow. Get the left arrow, and I want you to draw it so that it's pointing towards the red outline. Don't let it hit the lines right here, though. We're not talking about the radius or diameter. And I want you to change the color of your arrow. Make it so it's touching the red. And you need it to kind of be fat like this, because we're going to type inside of it. Okay. On the inside of this, we're going to do some text. Text. Okay. The word we're going to type in black. Circumference. It is the distance around the outside of the circle. I want to make my font a little smaller here. Circumference, the distance around the outside of the circle. I'm going to bold that. I may change the color of the word just to get a little fancy here. Just because I can. I'll do it in red, so I can remember I'm talking about the red part of my circle. It's the distance around the outside of the circle. Okay, the formula for circumference is C equals, I want you to find it on your milestone sheet. Where's the formula for circumference? What's it say? C equals what? Pi, which is how much? 3.14 times what? D. What's D stand for? Diameter. That's right. Good. So C equals 3.14 times diameter. I'm going to blow that up a little bit inside of my arrow. C equals 3.14 times diameter. Or I can use a different formula if they give me the radius, right? C equals 2 pi r. I just like to remember 3.14 times D. That's what I remember. Just one simple formula. Okay, so let's come down here using text and let's solve for circumference. Find the circumference if the radius is 4. So we're going to type our formula first. That's what we always do. 3.14 times D. Now I'm going to plug in what I know. What is my diameter if the radius is 4? What's my diameter? If the radius is 4, what's the diameter? 8. So 3.14 times 8 then. Then I use my calculator. And I get C equals, what'd you get? Huh? 25.12 is correct. Feet. Let's use feet for this. Okay? So very simple there. Any questions for circumference? Okay, flip over on the back of your milestone sheet. The circumference is 42.3. What is the diameter? This time they gave us the circumference. They want to know the diameter. So first step is to write your formula. What is the formula for circumference? Now we plug in what they gave us. Did they give us C? Did they give us their circumference? Yes, they gave us their circumference. It says circumference is. Yes. So in place of C, I put 42.3 equals. Pi is going to always be pi. Did they give us a diameter? No. So another way to write this looks like this. Instead of using the x, put them side by side, like we do in algebra. Now we have an equation that we have to solve. How would I solve this equation? What would I do to solve for D? We're looking for diameter. How would I solve for D? Divide. Why? Because this is already what? That's already what operation? That's already multiplication, so we divide both sides by what? Well, is this being multiplied by anything? So nope, that's not correct. What do I do to both sides? What do I divide by? 3.14. This is where your algebra skills, you still have to use them in geometry. 3.14 divided by 3.14 gives us D. Now we use our calculator. 42.3 divided by 3.14 equals what'd you get? 13.47 is our diameter. So they can give you any type of problem. They can give the circumference, ask you for the diameter. They could even ask you for the radius from this problem. You have to divide that by 2. Go a step further. Okay? All right, here's what we're doing at this time. You're going to Canvas. You go, wait. Before we go there, go to Paint. Go up here to File, Save As, JPEG. File, Save As, JPEG. We're going to save it to our desktop. We're going to title this as Circle Notes. Desktop, Circle Notes. And save it. Okay, you'll want to keep this open though as you work today. I've had a lot of people to keep this kind of minimized and put it directly beside their iExcel so they can look back at it for notes as they work today. All right, go to Canvas. We're going to Geometry. And iExcel for Geometry. Now we're going here to number 5, P22. Circles, calculate area, circumference, radius, and diameter. You must get this to 50%. You can use the back of your formula sheet for scratch work. Please hold on to your formula sheet because every day we're going to be working with these formulas. Today it was circles, tomorrow it's going to be area of rectangle and triangle, and then volume. So please hold on to your formula sheet. It's the same one you'll have for milestones. So hold on to it. Everyone's doing P22. It must be at 50%. If you don't get it to 50% before you leave, you got to get to 50% tonight. All right, and I'm here to help you. So you may begin. Make sure you sign in once you get to iExcel. P22, circles, calculate area, circumference, radius, and diameter.